Rajas Vaishampayan, who is the coordinator of Vivek Center for Interdisciplinary Research, to kindly introduce to us Āchārya Vidyābhāskar Ji, who will give his presidential address. And over to you, Rajas.
Namaste everyone. I am Rajas Vaishampayan. I am here to introduce our honorable speaker who is going to deliver the presidential address. He is a great scholar of traditional Sanskrit studies, comparative religion, psychology, and he has co-authored many books with Honorable Āchārya Siddhartha Krishna Ji of Rishikesh. A great practitioner and teacher of non-dual meditation, he belongs to the Sri Vidya lineage. He is the head of Sanskrit Academy Sarva Mangala Foundation situated in Switzerland and UK. I request you all to please help me welcome Honorable Āchārya Vidyābhāskar Ji. Namaste, sir. Sir, I request you to kindly address our today's gathering. Thank you.
Namo Namaha Sarve Mahabhagaha Shravana Purnima Shubhavasare Raksha Bandhana Mahotsavecha Abhinandanam. As a Mangalacharana, I would like to recite for you the Kumārasambhava verse that describes the moment when Parvati, in the form of Uma, was ready to get married to Shiva after her attendants had dressed her and adorned her. Kālidāsa says this: Kshirodavele vasapena punja paryapta chandreva sharatriyama Navam navaksho manivasini sa bhuyo babho darpanamadadhana. Now, the Sanskrit scholars among you require no translation, but perhaps not everyone is as blessed as Dr. Sampadanandaji, whose talk was magnificent. The verse means this: dressed in a fresh silk garment and holding a new mirror, Navam Darpanam. She, meaning Uma, appeared magnificently, like the shore of the ocean of milk with plenty of foam, or like the autumn night with the full moon. Dressed in a fresh silk garment and holding a new mirror, she appeared magnificently like the shore of the ocean of milk with plenty of foam, or like the autumn night with the full moon. I believe Sanskrit needs no proof other than a verse like this. And those who know something about Sanskrit will also know that this translation is very superficial. What is the moon in this verse? Chandra. The moon is not just the moon. Chandayati, ahladayati iti chandraha. Chandra is that, or he, who illuminates, but also causes bliss. He illuminates because when he reaches his full splendor, as he has done today on Shravana Purnima, he illumines the darkness of the night. He illumines the Nilotpala, the blue Utpala flower, which opens because of the light of the moon. And therefore, ahladayati, he brings bliss and delight. The rays of the moon are shitala, they are gentle. Whereas the rays of the sun are very, very too hot, isn't it? Santapa. The moon brings gentle bliss, gentle coolness to the heart. And Uma appears magnificently like the night illumined by the full moon in Sharat, in autumn, not in Shravana. That is also why another form of Uma is Sharada, Saraswati, who is like the full moon in Sharat Kala. I know that the Sanskrit scholars might be frowning. How do you derive that Vyutpatti? But it is indeed possible. Sharadi Bhava, Sharada, and then you can make that Vyutpatti if you are a little creative. And it is also in one of the Agamas. Sharada is like the full moon in autumn. And of course, today we have the Shravana full moon. So we have to be a little bit lenient with Kumārasambhava's example. So Uma is like the moon, like the full moon at night in autumn. And yet she also is like the shore of the ocean of milk, plentiful with foam. I will not go into the Vyutpatti, but look at the incredible example here, the Upama given. Please, all of you, visualize an ocean of nectar filled with milk. Please visualize it in your heart, in your mind. There is a boundless ocean of nectar, resplendent in the white color of milk. This is called Kshira Sagara. It is also called Sudha Sindhu, the ocean of nectar. Visualize this, please, in front of your inner eye, your Jnana Chakshu. It is a boundless ocean that is not limited by gravity. It is not limited by any physical form, such as the American shore, or the Indian shore, or the Arab shore, or the Chinese shore, for that matter. It is not limited by anything. It is a boundless ocean that pervades all of existence, all of samsara, all of moksha is pervaded by this ocean. It is an ocean that exists in our heart, and it is an ocean that pervades the aparimana brahmanda. And not only one brahmanda, koti brahmanda, crores of universes, which maya mayena maruta, through the wind of maya, are arising moment to moment from the infinite, as Adi Shankaracharya says. And this ocean of milk, which is boundless, which is infinite in its splendor and infinite in its expanse, it is anantaspara. It is infinite in its expanse. This ocean has only one symbolic shore, and that shore is abundantly resplendent with foam. And that shore is at the feet of Uma, of Parvati. And it is only that foam on the ocean of that infinite milk, Kshirasagara, which can serve as a simile for the beauty of Uma, who is dressed in a fresh silk garment and is holding a new mirror. Now the word mirror, Darpaṇam, Darpaṇa as well, is a very remarkable word. Because the root has two meanings. harsha and mohana. Darpayati iti darpana. That which causes joy is darpana, but also that which causes darpa, vanity, mohayati iti darpana. That which causes you to think, oh, I'm so beautiful this morning. When you look into the mirror, this is probably mostly the ladies, not so much the men, but who knows? Who knows? Darpana is formed with the nich pratyaya and then lyuh with the Panini Sutra. And it can really have a couple of meanings, but Darpaka, like Kamadeva is called, is really the meaning also of Darpana. That which causes you to be vain, that which deludes you, mohayati iti darpana, is really one of the main meanings. And if we look at the modern world, it is shocking. It is a world of vanity. It is a world of delusion, of mohana. Facebook is also Darpana book, isn't it? Everybody is putting themselves onto Facebook and Instagram and all these wonderful platforms just for one single purpose, mainly, in order to present how great they are, in order also to show others how beautiful or handsome or wonderful, and in order to show off, in order to create some new form of moha, samsara. There is little truth in Facebook and in the modern world. It is no longer yathartha drishti. It is not tattva drishti, seeing things as they are. Because the truth of samsara is that I am a taklu. That Sampadananda Mishra Ji, who is one of the greatest scholars of Sanskrit in modern 21st century, those of you who do not know Sanskrit cannot appreciate him. But if you know Sanskrit, you need only to watch 1 minute of his YouTube videos, and you will realize, oh, wow, one of the great masters has been reborn. You see, it takes someone who can appreciate that to appreciate it. But the reality is also that Sampadananda Mishra Ji is also taklu, isn't it? That life is impermanent. No matter how great we are, no matter how knowledgeable we are, the body is decaying. It is subject to the process of decay that begins right after the age of 21. Till 21, we rise, and then it is decline. Constant decline. The brain cells are declining. With each sentence I am speaking, my brain is getting less and less and less brain cells. It does not require a punch to the head to destroy brain cells. It only requires time. Kalo gacchati. Time is passing. Samsara is anitya. It is impermanent. Therefore, to take the darpana, the mirror of vanity, and to look into the mirror of vanity and to think, we are so great, we are so superb with our Sanskrit, we are so immense with our culture, we are the greatest culture in the world, we are the ones who will teach the whole world, we are the ones who will rule the world one day. Or if not the world, at least India we will rule through Sanskrit and culture and Hindu revivalism and all that. That is all fine. But I want to ask the question, is it really the Darpaṇa of Harsha, of joy? Or is it the Darpaṇa of Darpa and Moha, of pride and delusion? Because Darpa is an Asuri Sampat in the Bhagavad Gita. It is a demonic quality. It is not a noble quality. To be proud of your culture, to be proud of your Sanskrit knowledge, to be proud of your achievements is actually a demonic quality in the Bhagavad Gita. So, my beloved friends, why are we promoting Darpa? Shouldn't we be promoting humility, utmost humility, like Sampadananji just said, where we realize all of this culture will be lost if we do not create new Shastras. But new Shastras are not created with Darpa, with pride. They are created with humility. Maya namrena rachyate. As one of the beautiful prakaranas begins, I am composing this with humility. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini. In a brahmana who is endowed with vidya and vinaya. Vinaya has many meanings, but one of them is vinamrata. Not a brahmana who is full of pride and who thinks he is the best, he is the top of the world, he is the Vishwa Guru, and everyone else is impure and has to listen to him only. No, that was never the ancient culture of India. And with the utmost respect, Sampadanandaji, it is not only for Indians. Bhayam rataha iti bharata also is one vyutpatti, a person who is immersed in light, in devata swarupa. Bha means devata swarupa because deva means to shine, to be luminous. Deva has 10 meanings, but one of them is to shine and to be luminous. And Bha is also luminosity. Therefore, Bharata also means one who is immersed in the world of light, the world of the Devas. That is why Sanskrit is the language of the Devas, the language of the luminous ones. Therefore, to reduce Bharata and Bharatiya and Bharati, which is a synonym of Sanskrit, to reduce it only and only to the geographic country of India is a big mistake. I'm saying this very humbly because you see, I do not have the fortune of having been born in India. Shantideva, the great Buddhist Āchārya who wrote the Bodhisattva Charyavatara, he writes that it is the supreme punya to be born in the punya bhumi of India, in Aryavarta. And that those who do not have that punya already have done some great papa. This is what he says. And I believe that. However, India is not only the geographic India. India is also the ancient dharma that was spread across the world. If you study the religions of the Sumerians, of the Akkadians, of the ancient Egyptians, you will realize that the deity Ishtar is riding on a lion. She's a Devi. She's riding on a lion. She has many arms holding many weapons. Who is Ishtar? Also called Astarte. Clearly it is Durga. Whoever cannot see that has to go to an eye doctor. Please get him an appointment. I'm sure there must be very good eye doctors, opticians in Mumbai. Whoever cannot see that the deity Aset in Egypt, who is called Isis, and is wearing the moon in her head, and is wearing snakes, and is rising from the ocean and is giving darshan. And then a stotra is sung to her, where she is described as snakes are coming out from her hair, and the moon is in her hair, and the sun is shining from her face, and she's liberating all beings. Whoever cannot see that this is Mahakali in some other form, please get her an appointment with an eye doctor, an optician. We have to understand Sanatana Dharma was a global Dharma. The ancient Celtic people who were the rulers of Europe before the Christians conquered, etc. We do not need to go into that. They were worshipping forms of deities sitting in Padmasana. Their druids were like our ancient rishis. And some people derive the word druid from druvid, the knower of plants. And this is not some pseudo-vyutpatti, it is serious. If you check some etymological dictionaries, druid is linked to the ancient word dru, which means plant. And id is related to the ancient Indo-European root to know. Videre in Latin, to see and to know, and vid in Sanskrit. So the vyutpatti, druvit, is actually not a pseudo-vyutpatti, it is a real vyutpatti. Druid is a druvit, a knower of plants. Therefore, to reduce Sanskriti of Sanatana Dharma only to India as a geographic region today is a mistake. This is was a global Dharma, and we should not only confine it to India, because if you do that, let me humbly point out, you are then restricting it to only a certain group of people. And when you do that, others feel excluded. Please see that. If you say yoga only belongs to India and only belongs to Hinduism as we have Hinduism today, you are excluding 200 million people outside of India who are practicing yoga. The current statistic is between 150 million to 200 million people are practitioners of yoga. Why would we want to exclude them from spreading Sanskriti and Sanskrita? All of them are doing some strange physical yoga only, which is fine. It is their entry point into Sanatana Dharma. It is fine. It is only asana. And it is done with a lot of darpa, with a lot of pride and vanity. No problem. They are children. They are bala. You just see them like that. But that is the entry point. Most people in Switzerland and the UK who practice yoga, after a while, experience the effect of yoga on the mind and body. And then they realize, oh, yoga is based on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Oh, this is related to concentration. Oh, this is related to mantra. Tat japas tadartha bhavana in the Yoga Sutras. Om. Oh, their yoga teachers are always chanting Om at the beginning of the sessions. That is not just to calm down, that is to purify, to remove obstacles. Oh, And like this, they are slowly, slowly refined. They are made samskritaha, and slowly, slowly, they are brought into the fold of Sanatana Dharma. Now, if you say, this is only for Indians, and this is only for people who are practicing proper Hinduism, only people who see themselves as nationalistic Indians practicing Hinduism, you are excluding them. Please see that. I have tremendous respect for what current political movements are doing for Hindu Dharma, but I also humbly, very humbly and modestly point out, if you confine the revival of Hindu Dharma and Sanskriti only to Indian nationalism and to Indian identity only, you are excluding the rest of the world from it. Please see that. Please. Very humbly I am saying it. Because I am not Indian by birth, and yet in my heart and in my subtle body, my sukshma sharira, I am Indian through and through. I dream in Sanskrit. My little son, his name is Amara, and he is named after Amarasimha of the Amara Kosha. My little son is only 6 years old, and one shouldn't praise one's own son. Somebody who praises their son is not in Sanatana Dharma tradition, isn't it? I am not praising my son. He is already speaking a little bit of Sanskrit word, not only words, sentences. We are already conversing in Sanskrit, and we are using it as a secret code so that his mother, who doesn't know Sanskrit so well, she only studied Lakhu Siddhanta Kaumudi, which is still good, that she cannot fully understand what we are saying. You see? I'm not praising my son, I'm telling you, Hinduism is not confined to India only. This is an ancient global dharma. Therefore, Vishvam kurvantu Aryam. Please don't forget that. Make the whole universe Arya. Arya here means noble. It means Hindu in the sense of noble and supremely divine. Sarva guna sampanna. That is what Arya means. So my request is, make the Sanskriti Samvardhana goal to be the global Samvardhana of Sanskriti. But the power, the engine, the nuclear power has to be India. Why? Because it is the Deva Bhumi. It is the Bhumi where the gods are still present. And in our Sri Vidya tradition, when we do Anushtana, that is the retreat, when we do Anushtana, we have to do the Homa in India because it is the Deva Bhumi. Our Guru clearly said it. You cannot do the Dashamsha Homa, the 1/10 of your japa. You cannot do that in Switzerland. You cannot do that in UK. This is not the Punya Bhumi. You have to do it in India. You can do your japa in Switzerland and UK, but the Homa has to be done in Kanchipuram or in Himalayas. So don't forget where the Devas are present. Originally, they are in Bharat. Then, India is also the place of the scholars. It is the place where I will send Amar and I will maybe join him, because my best friend, Āchārya Siddhartha Krishna, who, Sampadananda Ji, he is of your level in grammar. He's exactly of your level. I hope you will be in touch with him sometime. He is in Rishikesh and in Kullu, Himachal Pradesh. One day I will take Amar there to properly learn Ashtadhyayi with Kashika and really, really go into, hardcore grammar. Because the father is the second guru after the mother. The father is not the third guru. It is quite difficult in Europe to train a boy after the age of 12, 13 when the puberty comes. Now he's 6, I can train him. But after 12, 13, it becomes very difficult to be the guru. Very difficult, because you see, Europe trains children to rebel against their parents. So there's always this virodha, this fight between children and parents after the age of 13 in Europe. This is related to Christian culture, which is still present in the psychology of the people, because in Christian culture, you leave your parents. You know, in the Old Testament, it says, you leave your parents and you go. So this is still ingrained in European culture. And even when they're no longer Christians, it is still there. So it's very sad. And this is ingrained in children also at schools. You know, they become very individualistic, very selfish, which you do not have in India. So when Amar is at a certain age, I will take him to India. And in Kullu, we will have a little Gurukula there. And Siddhartha will be teaching them proper Paninian Sanskrit. I'm going to finish soon, but I'm still explaining why India is the nuclear engine of this global Sanskriti Samvardhana. Because India has the scholars, India has the devas, India has the tirthasthanas, the pure places of pilgrimage, which purify the mind. Without going to tirthasthanas, you cannot become pure. Only if you are some great yogi from Purva Janma, of course, then maybe you can live in America and suddenly you become pure, but that is very rare. And then India is also the land of the sacred nadis. As the Nadi Sukta of the Rig Veda tells us, it is the land of Yamuna, it is the land of Saraswati, it is the land of Ganga. And if you do not take bath in those rivers once in a while, you will not remain pure in the sense of uplifted. Ganga is not just the external Ganga. Ganga is also the Sushumna Nadi, the inner Nadi that passes from the heart to the top of the head, and from which the yogi leaves the body. Shatam chaikacha hridayasya nadhyah tasam urdhvanam abhinisritaika tayordhvamayan namritatvamichan vishvang anya utkramani bhavanti. It is only through that Nadi, Sushumna, you have to leave the body. If you do not leave through that Nadi, you are going to be reborn in samsara. And then again, we have to go to the doctor to see if we can keep our hair for some few more years. Isn't it, Sampadanandaji? I'm just joking. So we have to come back again and again. Now I will finish. You see why India is the engine of all this. Yes? But it has to be global. Thank you very much. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you.